Gung-ho reaction, a topic taboo. Hey there, kids, it's Folie. Howdy.
Howdy, guys.
Howdy, partners.
Welcome to another episode of Folie. Here we are in the full light of day, the sober light of day.
The sober, eye-opening part of day.
It's harsh. I'm glad the curtains are not completely drawn back.
I've got my sunnies on.
We're drinking coffee.
Coffee, guys. We may be caffeinated, but we are not drunkinated.
No, not anymore.
No.
I missed that time. So we tried an experiment, for those of you who didn't listen to our last full episode, where we thought we would just chill out a little bit. I brought the beverages, and they were both rather horrible. First was a screw top wine. Yes,
which, whatever.
Give me wine. Wine is wine to me.
Give it to me in a box. I don't care.
Yeah, if it's not gross, it's all the same. It's like there's gross wine and then there's fine wine.
Yeah, unless it's like, I don't like light wines. I like red wines.
Yeah, me too.
I do not like light. It's too sweet. But you give me a boxed red wine, I'm fine. I will take it out of the box and do a space bag with it and just I don't care.
And the wine wasn't really the problem. It was this seltzer concoction that I brought called White Claw.
Yeah.
That it hits you so hard.
And unexpectedly, completely out of the blue. It doesn't taste like liquor, alcohol in any way. It tastes like seltzer water with a little bit of flavor.
Gross seltzer water. Being disgusting, as Melodie said.
Meep. I knew I was going to have to put that meep in there. Yeah, it was pretty gross, and I just kept drinking it.
Yeah, she was like, this is so gross, and I would just watch her pour more.
Let me open another can.
And it's oddly, I don't know, it's kind of an acquired taste. I've bought it twice now, so I can't say that I don't like it.
Well, as is just seltzer water to me, really. I love water. I will drink water over anything, but I don't like it to be sparkling. It bothers my senses.
A lot of people feel that way. I'm obsessed with anything bitter and sparkling.
Yeah.
That's
just
how
like
I like
soul.
My friends and my soul. And so we decided, though, that we're going to make it a regular thing because listener feedback was pretty good. I think people like us better when we're tipsy.
I think so, which is like, makes me a little self-conscious.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we should start day drinking now.
I think so. We're going to become alcoholics because of ourselves
we want people to like us that badly.
Yeah.
We just recorded a mini episode and we're all warmed up, but during the mini episode I was like, man, is this too, are we too sober? I don't know.
Did you worry? Did you think
I worried a little bit.
I thought it was fine.
It was enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
And that's really what matters.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy what you create and then just throw it out into the world and run like hell.
Some people are going to love it. Some are going to hate it.
And speaking of full episodes, I did come up with a great name.
Yes.
The worst name ever.
It's awful if you are squeamish at all.
Are you ready for this, guys? Maxi Pod.
A Maxi Pod.
That's what we call our other ones.
Shorty Shorts.
Shorty Shorts.
Maxi Pod. Oh my gosh.
That should be the new name of our podcast.
I was thinking that we should have another podcast, a second one, and it should just be all about
gross
feminine
stuff.
hygiene.
I mean,
products.
not that women are gross.
Ew.
Women are, we're all gross.
Everybody's gross, but we have things happen to us that we cannot help are gross.
Help it. We do our best.
It's not gross. I don't mean to say it's gross. It's just... it's gross.
It can be, some people experience it in their own subjective manner as being rather unpleasant.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Most people.
Most people.
Yeah.
I think everyone is wishing that we would stop talking about this, even our female listeners.
Let's.
Moving along.
I don't know why I fired.
I don't either. Maybe because I sounded catty.
I think so.
Meow. If I do sound a little weird, it's because I'm getting over a cold. And I do have some allergy medicine in my system, which gives me this slight balloon head feeling. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I totally know.
Like your head is a balloon that's also inside a box.
It's like, yeah, it's full and heavy. It's like what I would think is a balloon that had helium in it, but the helium's starting to come out a little bit. So it's like dropping, but it's still floating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I am right now. But I'm so proud of myself because I posted in our amazing Facebook group for accountability and said, I have a terrible habit of never resting when I'm sick. And I want to change it. Because I always tell other sick people, I'm like, oh, you poor baby, lie down.
Yeah.
Let me make you tea and rub oils on your face. And I don't do it. Yesterday, I slept all day.
Yeah, and I kind of rubbed oils on your face.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
figuratively.
I gave it oil to
you instructed me to rub the oil on my face.
And does it seem like it's helped?
It rubs the oil. Yes. It really, as soon as I put this oil, she gave me this oil, what was it called again?
Germ fighter.
Some sort of. I put it on my upper lip, which hopefully won't like cause some weird rash there, because that would be fun, like a little Hitler rash or something. My nose immediately clears up when I do it. So I just carry it around.
And just rub it.
Just rub it on. That's going to be my new mannerism.
Good.
Mannerism.
You said it right, trying to say it wrong.
I accidentally said it right. See, when we're sober, we accidentally say things right.
Yep. Well, you do.
This is the episode in the upside down, or the right side up.
Whichever way you like to look at it.
Yeah.
It's the sideways episode.
It's the episode where we didn't plan anything.
Not a darn thing.
We didn't use my worksheet at all.
Nope. But I did write some things down.
Ooh, she does have a cute little notebook.
Yeah, I have this notebook. It's a tiny little moleskin. It's about, what would you say, 3x5?
I think so. I'm good at measurements.
It could also be like 10x12. I don't know. I can't like visually judge length at all.
Just say it confidently.
It's 3x5.5.
Gentlemen, play back that last 15 seconds and give Melody a call.
All I need is 3x5.5. That's it.
The by 5.5 is sort of the problem. Oh, that does remind me of our correction.
Oh, we do have a correction. Amy.
Okay. So this, we're going to go ahead and bleep. We didn't bleep it in the last episode.
Let me get a good meep going that I can say.
Okay. Meep. Okay. There's a meep. Meep. We use a meep.
Yes.
So in the last episode, Melody brought up the word taint and then said, isn't that a bad word? So I thought, oh my, okay, I'm going to have to explain to this dear sweet innocent what a taint is and where it is. And I told her wrong.
And she did so confidently, and I believed it.
Yeah.
And
I believed it too, until I heard it back when we published the episode, and I was like, what?
I could still be searching aimlessly for the taint and never have found it.
If you do know what the space between the meep and the balls is, if there's a name for that.
Is there space?
I don't really think there is.
Maybe
like more of a crevice.
I don't know.
More of an mingling cleft. So the taint is actually the space between your
oh my god,
your balls and your bunghole.
I feel like my whole body is red.
Well, and I feel like we don't even need to explain this because
No.
I think everyone already knew except for us.
Yeah, because we
drunken
did get,
Amy anyways.
we got messages that were like, ladies, I don't think that you fully understand the human anatomy. That is not where the taint is.
Yes. And apparently it can also be called a chode if we're just going to get it all out in the open now. And that's up to your own preference, or maybe not. Moving along to a more elevated subject matter, which is that drunken Amy did not quote the first sentence of Emma properly.
Oh my gosh, so go ahead.
Emma Woodhouse, handsome, clever, and rich, with a comfortable home and a happy disposition, seemed to unite all the best blessings of existence, and had lived nearly 21 years in the world with very little to distress or vex her.
Very good. And she had nothing in front of her
Except a
but
Melodie
her microphone
rolling
and me
her
rolling
eyes.
my eyes.
And granted, there could be a mistake or two in there for all of you Emma fanatics that listen every week.
Come on. If there is, you just piss off because she, like, who else has full books in their head?
I need to be on the stage. It doesn't matter if I can act. At least I will remember my lines.
You were made for this stage.
I was made to be a thespian.
A thespian.
Now tell me more about this moleskin of yours.
Oh!
Oh!
So, inside of my moleskin... Oh, yeah. We were talking about the moleskin, weren't we?
We were, and then I brought it to the taint.
That's okay. Brought it around to the taint.
Maybe... Never mind.
What?
I was going to say the moleskin could be a name for something, but...
I know. I always think that.
It does sound a little dirty. Plus...
Foreskin. It sounds like that.
Yeah, but then...
I need you to move your microphone just a little bit. I'm afraid that you're too close.
Okay. I'm afraid I think I'm overcorrecting.
It's okay.
Like people who always say I and never me.
We're going to get this.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah. Okay, so this moleskin, I have it so that I can write down random ideas that are you spilling coffee everywhere?
Always.
So that I can put down my random ideas because I don't like to use my phone. I don't know why. I know that it has notes in it and I can whatever, but I like to write it down. Well, I've been having problems with being like, well, it's in my purse all the way 3 feet away from me. I can't grab it and write it down.
This is why you need a servant.
That's true.
A non-servant.
Yes. Well, I think that what I'm going to do, because it's real flexy and bendable, is just fold it up and hide it in my bra.
Perfect.
Or like, I don't have a belt, but I could put it in like my belt loop.
Yeah, put it in your belt loop or in like the little space between the waistband.
I could always just put it in my back pocket, but when I'm wearing a skirt, then I can't.
Intergluteal cleft.
My intergluteal cleft. For those of you who listened to 2 episodes ago, you should know what that is.
There will be a quiz.
There will be. Ooh, I think we should have a little giveaway of sorts.
Yes.
And I don't know what it's going to be.
Sorts.
Of sorts. And sorts. And I was thinking we could have a secret password every episode. Not every mini episode, but just every full episode. Every Maxi pod. Every Maxi pod will have a password. And the first person to leave that password in our iTunes as a review will get a special gift.
A surprise gift.
A surprise gift and a coffee date with the Folie girls.
With the 2 to 3 of us.
Yes. So our password this week is going to be, you want to say it with me? Tain't no thing. So write a review. You can leave a fun review and then at the end be like, tain't no thing. That'll work. The first person to leave that review after this episode airs will get a surprise and we will take you out for coffee.
If you post it in our Facebook group or Instagram, you'll still get a coffee. I mean, no, you'll still get a surprise.
You'll get a surprise. You'll still get a surprise. You won't get a coffee date without a review because...
That's so much effort.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. We love you,
What
though.
do you expect? Yeah. We do love you. Yeah.
I think we're ridiculous.
I think so, too.
And I love it. And I want to talk about something that I think is freaking ridiculous.
Oh, you've got to tell me because you look so angry. You look like you're ready to just...
Amy?
Whoa.
I'm so mad about it. I think we need to discuss motherfreaking catcalling.
Yes, please.
It drives me up the wall. So I had an experience last week. I was meeting a friend for lunch, and the downtown, there's some construction going on. And I was wearing, it doesn't matter what the hell I was wearing.
It does not matter.
I was wearing something cute, but it does not matter.
You're wearing something you wanted to wear that you had every right to wear.
Absolutely. And these typical construction workers, and I'm sorry to say it that way, but that's exactly what they were.
They were acting like cliches and giving all decent construction workers a bad name.
Exactly, because they're not all like that, but these guys were. And as I walked by, they were hooting and hollering, and it was just ridiculous. And I just want to stop and say, do you really think that that worked? Like, do you think I'm impressed? Do you think that I am flattered? Why? Like, what is it doing to you? It doesn't make sense to me. And, you know, I'm not going to chase, nobody's going to chase you down after a cat call.
No.
Nobody's going to try to find your ass. Stop doing it.
Do you think you're impressing your friends?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just encouraging them to also be asses.
Exactly.
And some of the times I get cat calls, it just boggles my mind.
Yes.
One of them was 8 months pregnant, walking next to my husband with my son in a stroller.
Hell.
What is the purpose? I just looked up the etymology of catcall, and it's from the mid-17th century.
Oh.
Originally denoting a kind of whistle or squeaking instrument.
Oh.
Used to express disapproval at a theater.
Really?
So if you're not at a theater and you don't have a squeaking instrument, then you're not even doing it right.
Well, it makes sense that it was
Cat.
disapproval, too, because it is actually a very...
It's insulting.
It's insulting.
It
yeah.
is.
And it's not showing adoration.
It doesn't make me feel good.
It doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel self-conscious and nervous, and I don't like it.
I'll tell you what does make me feel good, though.
What?
When my husband thinks people are checking me out. So, neither of us are big on jealous men. We've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
But protective men?
Yeah.
So, this weekend I was in the garden, and I was bending over planting some plants, and I hear my husband suddenly yell, "You got a staring problem?" And I look up to see these guys driving slowly by in the car, and they just looked sort of bewildered. And then my son says, "Why did you yell at those men, Daddy?" And my husband goes, "Because they were watching your mommy garden." And I had to say, as flattered as I was, "Sweetie, I think they were looking for a house." They seemed lost.
I love it. And I love what he yelled.
Yes.
It's
because it was
cutest.
so clean. It's like,
yeah.
It's what you yell when you're 10.
Yeah.
You know?
Take a picture to last long, dude. It's my favorite. Vu, I love you all the more for that.
Yes, you really
So
made your
adorable.
wife's day to think that they were slowing down to watch me garden.
Oh my gosh. They were thinking about where they wanted to plant.
Yeah, they were wanting to plant their marigolds. Ew!
They're marigolds. They're tulips.
Oh, tulips.
Tulips.
All right. Moving along. If you have any insight into why men catcall, please let us know.
I bet ladies do it too.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I've ever done it.
I don't think I have
seen
either.
it done though.
Yeah. I mean,
occasionally something will just escape. You'll be like, "Oh, yum," but
yes.
usually it's under your breath.
Or like with your group of girls, like giggly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true.
But on top of that, like, a woman alone, sadly, doesn't need to be made to feel any more vulnerable than she may already
very,
feel.
very true. We should be able to dress however the heck we want and not be like, well, it was because she was dressed this way, she was wearing a cute skirt, this or that. It's ridiculous. What a bummer. What a bummer we brought this to. I'm so sorry.
You started it with something you're mad about in a bad way. Or is there anything you're mad about in a good way?
Yes. I am so freaking mad about this app that it was introduced to. So the app is called What the Forecast. And
did you invent this app? I swear.
I wish. It seems like something. Well, actually, I'm sure our listeners think that I don't curse a lot because I do try to edit and censor myself while we're talking because I don't want to offend everybody. So
and we originally decided it was going to be clean.
And then you took it way.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to give you a challenge, a meeping challenge.
And you have. No, I I like to curse. It makes me laugh so much. But I also like to make up funny things in place of it.
And she'll do it like unexpectedly. I mean, 1 second she'll say meep, and the next second she'll say froggin'.
Yeah, it's so true. But this app, What the Forecast, is just like your forecast app on your iPhone or telephone or whatever you have.
I'm downloading it right now. Yeah,
you must. Except for instead of it saying like the weather is sunny outside with a 90% chance of showers, blah, 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 real boring like, it says things and it is different every time you open the app. It changes. So right now, it says, oh my God, it says it's windy enough to crop dust an entire city.
Who designed this and who gets to work on it?
He's
so
my
jealous.
husband. I love it. 'Cause, I mean, I can't. I guess it could be a lady too.
That's okay.
In that case, be my wife.
Yeah.
But it does say that it's breezy and partly cloudy, 77 degrees out.
So it really does tell you everything.
It tells you everything you need to know. It even gives you a weekly outlook. But
you can adjust the profanity.
You can adjust the profanity. Yep. You can put in different locations, multiple locations. It is, and I kind of want to put locations from all around the entire world so that I can swipe through and see what it says. Yesterday I got one that was my favorite. It was the first one that I got when I downloaded the app. It says, this is the perfect day for a Renaissance fair because OMG nerd boobs. And I laughed my arse off. It was so funny. I can't stop. I've opened it and closed it at least 50 times today just to see what else it says.
You are so up on the weather now.
I have never been more up on the weather.
They've done their job.
They really, really have. It's so funny. Another one is... I'm going to say freaking because I'm sorry.
That
because
way you
Mom.
don't have to keep moving.
If you're freaking bored, you could always go outside and find constellations or not. I don't care. And then it's majestic as meep outside.
That's real talk.
It really is. It's pretty amazing outside. Don't you dare complain about it. And then yesterday it was like, it's clear and sunny out, but I bet your ass is still inside being lazy.
It knows us, too.
I know. It's so fun. And even the loading screen always has something funny on it before. Yeah, it's the best. You need to download it. It is What the Forecast. And you will not be disappointed. I can promise you that. It has ads on it, but not the annoying ones that pop up. They're just like running down at the bottom. And I'm almost thinking about paying the $1.99 to get the ad-free one just to support how much I freaking love this app.
It's added enough value to your life.
It totally has.
More than $1.99 is worth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if
you like... I wish there was more like that in everyday life.
Oh,
everything needs to be a little bit more ridiculous.
It needs to be a little more ridiculous, a little more humorous, because you can take crap so seriously. We already do. There is, like, hardcore bummer things happening, but there's also really funny, awesome things to celebrate, and the meep word can be one of those things.
You gotta notice those things.
You have to notice, or what is the gall darn point of living?
Exactly. What are you so pissed about?
Stop being pissy.
Yeah. Unless you want to be.
Unless there's a good reason.
And they can be funny, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like watching a person get pissed. And sometimes
I like a good angry rant.
Yeah, me too. I like getting, funny pissed, too.
Oh, yeah. It's really funny when you get mad.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's funny when I get mad. I think it's actually a little bit scary.
Oh, no. Well, it's a mixture of both. In my opinion, I see fire shoot out of your eyes, but also a little smirk of, I'm only going to take it so far, and I'm going to smile about it sweetly.
I'm still in control.
But I could rip your f***ing heart out right now.
I like how, 1 minute ago you said you were going to start to say freaking.
And then
since then you said 20 times.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. It makes me very happy.
You know what? They're the perfect type of sponsor for us.
They are the sponsor for us. They sound made up like all our other
really
sponsors.
They really, really are not made up. Neither are our sponsors.
No, ours sound made up, but they're totally legit.
They're really legit. I hope that
who
you guys
else could write that copy?
I know,
obviously
nobody.
They have professionals.
Nobody.
Working for them.
You couldn't even make up that type of thing.
No, what demented, twisted brain would even think about those things?
No, there are none.
They exist.
And
they're useful products.
They're very useful. Actually, you came in wearing your nose snuggie today.
I did. And that's why I sound a little funny, but it sure has helped me out a lot today in times of illness.
Yeah, and I've been really busy, so I've been using a screw apron a lot.
You know what's really good?
What?
A pairing with screw apron and me edible undies.
Oh my gosh, they have that new wine flavor of the me edible undies.
Yeah, it makes a perfect wrap with the peanut butter from Screw Apron that comes already on the spoon.
Yes, I haven't even thought about that.
It's like hard peanut butter and jelly.
Frickin' delicious.
Try it, guys. Insider tip. Melody, you know what? We all have a deep need to express ourselves. But sometimes we need more than just words. Sometimes we need to let our booties do the talking.
We've all had the experience of sitting at our desks and just feeling incomplete. We may not want to leave our house, but we do want to shake things up.
Thanks to trampstamps.com, you can print your own body art, custom fitted to your specific gluteal dimensions, without leaving the comfort of your own home.
We have the butterfly, the leaping dolphin, the rose with a single thorn, and for those of you with more adventurous souls, the written message. Choose from silent but violent. You could bounce a quarter off these cheeks, or your own custom message.
Don't let another day go by before you make a decision you'll regret.
Trampstamps.com.
Stamps on your fan. So you want to know what I'm mad about this week?
Absolutely.
Adult friendship.
No. Oh my gosh. Adult friendship is the best kind of friendship.
It's beautiful, and we all need our adult friendships.
We do, but it can be really, really difficult to find adult friends.
Yeah, it can, and especially at this point in your life where it's almost like you're supposed to not need them.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be so focused on your career and your children and just surviving from day to day that friendship is not supposed to take priority.
Yeah, and you know, those who are married, they have their partners that they're best friends with, and I think it's so... I can't imagine being married and it being healthy to not have that time apart as well.
It is so true.
With somebody else.
You need to be able, just like with your children, no matter how much you love them, you need to be able to be apart and to miss each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And to come back with fresh minds.
Yeah.
And there are certain things that you can only share with your adult friends.
Yeah.
So I was listening to this podcast called Emotional Hangs, and it started because I'll listen to anything with Karen and Georgia from My Favorite Murder.
Heck yeah.
They're so much fun to listen to.
So
I don't
funny.
care what they're talking about.
No, me neither.
And they talked about how their friendship got started and how neurotic they both were. Which
is so cute. They both were so nervous that the other person was thinking, well, maybe she doesn't want to be that good of friends with me yet. Maybe I like her too much.
I should wait for her to text back before I text her again. Or I'm going to seem too needy. Like, it's just so funny because I think we all go through that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of when, I don't remember when it was a few months ago, where I decided that Melodie was my best friend. And I was like, what, am I 5 years old? And then I was like, I need to tell her she's my best friend. But what if that's weird?
I guarantee you that at the same time I was thinking the exact same thing.
Well, you sent me a really hilarious message one night after Zumba. You wrote something like, I think you're fancy as me. And I'm so glad you're my friend. And I was like, best friend too.
I just hit my hand so hard. Excitement.
But usually, yeah, I mean, when you have best friends as an adult, you don't always tell each other that.
Yeah.
But as kids will, like our sons, they decided they were best friends. And like the other day, Rand was like, Mackie and I are so close that we're not just best friends. We're best buddy, best friends forever.
Oh, I love it. Mackie said the other day about Ransom that, and it's so funny because it made me laugh about how you and I are always like, we're not even shocked anymore, not surprised. We always get bug eyes when we both do something or say something at the same time, but we like accepted it and we know it. But we still get excited.
Yeah, 'cause it's still crazy.
It is so crazy. But Mackie said something that him and Rand did something like that, and he was like, and of course we did, because we're basically the same person.
Oh, that is so cute.
It's so cute. And I agree. It is so hard to, as an adult, to say, well, a lot of things, but my friend and I were talking about it just yesterday. When you're a teenager, when you're younger, even in college, it's so easy to make friends. You're around so many people all of the time. Your life is basically going out and meeting new people, and you have commonalities with everybody because we're going out. We like this band that we're listening to, or we're going to college, and there's automatic things that you connect with. But when you get older, it's like, well, I have a family, especially when you have kids in a family. It's like, it's hard to get out and meet anybody, let alone somebody who is in the same stage of life, who feels the same way about your views or this or that, and that you just connect with. It's
it can
so
be
hard.
Especially when you're a freaking weirdo.
Yes.
You know? And that's why, like, I mean, my dad raised me to be picky about my friends. He always told me, he's like, quality over quantity. Like, you can be choosy about your friends. He's like, you can make friends easily. Yeah. But if they're not the right friends, they're not going to be good for you.
Yes. And you, what is it? What is it that smart people say? Something about the company you keep. What is it?
Oh,
you guys know.
Yeah, you guys, smart people will leave an open space right here for you to speak it aloud.
You reflect the company.
You do reflect the company you keep.
You really do.
Yeah.
So
you pick up on positivity, negativity, health habits. All kinds of things.
It's so true. It's so true.
It's important, though, when you have those people that fill you up, that give you life. Yeah. To prioritize that. I mean, there are like 3 or 4 girls in the whole world that I can think of where I pretty much always have a running text thread with them. And we all, like, I never feel bad about spending time with them. Yeah. But I feel like for men, it's harder. I mean, it's hard enough for us as moms sometimes because I've never wanted to be a part of mommy groups. I mean, that could be a whole nother discussion. Yeah, I agree. I've never done well. No, I don't play well with other moms.
I'm not a PTA
friends who happen to be moms.
Me too. I have a friend, though, that is so good at being that mom. So good.
I don't understand.
I don't either, but I'm also super fascinated. Like, she had inspired me to want to do that, and I tried. She is so good at it, and she juggles it so well. I also see it drain her a little bit, because she's a people pleaser, which is not a bad thing, but she doesn't take enough time for herself.
Yeah, a lot of the best people are people pleasers.
Yeah, and she is one of the best, and I hope she knows who I'm talking about in saying this, but she is that mother, and it's great, and I just am not at all. I envy that side of her to be able to do that. I wish I could be even just a little bit to be able to go, to those meetings and stuff like that and know what's going on, but then I'm like, But
that's not who you are.
I just can't. Yeah, no. I don't relate. And that's okay.
I have to relate to people first as people. And then secondly, when we're like, oh yes, I have kids this age and so do I, then we can talk about that. Yeah. But to feel like, oh, we're going to be friends because we're both moms, that's never worked for me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. The boys, you boys out there, stop being content with being alone.
Because it's not good for you.
It's not.
There's an article that apparently went viral recently from the Boston Globe. Let me find the name of it. I looked up catcall and I lost it.
The biggest threat facing middle-aged men isn't smoking or obesity.
It's loneliness. And it's a genuine health threat. They've done, like, genuine studies. Genuine studies. Like,
they genuinely did
gold
these genuine
standard,
studies.
double blind, like, they had, like, the placebos, and they had, like, the test groups, and, like, I don't know. But apparently it was real legit stuff. And it's not good for your health to be lonely.
Yeah.
You have a much higher chance of dying from all causes.
Oh.
No.
It's sad.
But it makes sense, because being lonely, you don't have any kind of that stress relief that you need. That is what keeps your heart healthy and keeps your mind healthy and all of it. Yeah.
I think that fellas out there,
you guys need to get together and play.
Get together. I mean, luckily, we are so lucky. You have a husband that absolutely supports this podcast.
So much so.
Your love and desire and need to be fit and do your fitness. And I have a beautiful, wonderful best friend, roommate, Josh, who helps tend to my kiddos when I want to do the exact same thing.
We are so lucky.
So lucky. And they tend to, definitely put themselves on the back burner as far as, well, a lot of things, but especially friendships go. And
they tend to be like, well,
not to call them out. I don't
mean
to, like, in that kind of way, but we say it in the most caring kind of way. And to every guy out there, and ladies, if you're listening, maybe have a group of friends.
Yeah, it's not a luxury. It's an essential.
Yeah. Try to get your guys to go out even once a month. That would be so much more than what they're doing now, at least in our case. Josh loved going to do trivia for a while on, like, Wednesday nights. And I loved, like, that he would go do that, because I know he's like I am, introverted until he goes out, and then he can make himself do it. And he never regrets doing it. Once he goes and does it, he has a great time. And so I'd like to see him do that. And
my next experiment is going to be to try to force my sweet husband to go with him.
Yes.
You're not supposed to do experiments on other people.
But it's so much fun. How else would we know that this thing existed if people didn't experiment?
Exactly.
Right? So I definitely think, we should do that. Get the boys going to a trivia night or something. We can have a Folie do party and have all the ladies watch all the kids.
I love it.
We could Uber, be the guys' Ubers, and pick them up when they're too drunk and silly to drive home.
Yeah, we'll be there for you, like you are there for us when we go shake our booties all the time or record ourselves.
I guess we can figure out how to do that once a month or something. Once a year.
You'll owe us big time.
So big time.
Once a year will be more than you're doing now, so.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. But it's so important. Guys, in all seriousness, do it. Make the time for yourself to have a friendship of some sort, because I can't imagine not having the friends that I have right now.
I'd be a mess.
I would be a mess.
Well, I'd be like a not fun mess.
Yeah, exactly. I would never trade the fun, just talks, not even like going outs.
Yeah.
The just silly text messages and just support in another human being.
Just knowing that you have a support system.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Huge, guys.
It's huge.
You're not going to believe it.
It's at least 3 by 5.5 inches. Huge.
And even if you're an introvert, it's good for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is.
I think technically I might be I don't know, am I an extrovert?
Yeah, so what's funny, and I think we talked about this before on the podcast, but Amy used to say that she was very introverted. And I called her out on her bullshit before because
I also said I wasn't competitive.
Yeah, both things.
And that I knew myself really well.
I'm like, actually, I think you might be both of those things. Not to be mean, because it's not a mean thing.
It's not a bad thing.
I totally could. There are definitely pluses if you take it to the extreme in either side. If you're too competitive, you're not fun. If you are too introverted or extroverted, it's not fun. So it's a good thing to balance it, to figure out. Yeah, and to push your limits, you know. That too. To push them and realize that you're okay for doing it. Yeah. You didn't explode.
And it's good for me sometimes to go occasionally a whole day without bugging anyone.
No.
It's really hard to do. But it makes me just as uncomfortable as it would make my husband to go all day, like, hanging out with friends.
Yeah. I think, I don't know if we've, you know, since we became the best of adult friends, I do not know that we've gone a full entire day without some sort of a text message, but we have gone, like, maybe 2 or 3 days where it's been, like, a long span between texts. And
I start to worry about you.
I do too. I freak out a little.
And usually I'll be like, hi, I just wanted to say something. And you'll be like, I was just thinking I needed to say something.
Yeah, every time. It just doesn't feel right anymore. I have another friend, Steph, that I have grown to know, like, that we may go a good week without a message, but then, like, I can feel it's about to come, like, it's about to happen.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And I have friends that I don't see very often or talk to that much, but then as soon as we do, it's like, picking up back where you left off. And I love that.
That's what it is like with Jenny. And she was actually Josh's roommate before you were. That's how I met Josh.
Yeah.
And every time I see her, last time I saw her, I probably freaked her out because I just started crying. And I don't cry that much, but I was like, I'm a terrible friend. I haven't seen you in so long. And,
I know.
But it can be extremely difficult depending on your circumstances.
Well, it's true, yeah.
And that's why even a text message or an email or anything, like, it gives you this little boost that it genuinely, I think, affects your health.
No, I absolutely agree. Yeah. So that you know that the other person still exists and that they realize that you exist.
There's so much when we become adults that we think shouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And it does. It matters just as much as it always has.
Yeah.
And friendship is a huge one.
It's, 100% true. And I think that we think that because of social media, because we see our friends on social media every day, that's enough, when it isn't. Like, I may know what's going on with my friend's life because of the little bits and pieces that they've posted on Facebook, but I don't really know. I don't know what's going on in there. And, yeah, and I do tend to get really bad about that, and I've apologized to a lot of friends for it because I do get so inside myself that
you're not the only one, though.
I know, and then I just feel so guilty, and
I
then
do too.
You get to that point almost where you're like, well, now it's been too long and it's too late.
And like, it's weird. It would be weird, but even if it is a little awkward, I think for the most part it's appreciated.
Yeah.
But I do think social media is designed to be a Band-Aid for loneliness. Because it does give you that little boost, false boost in a way.
It's false, though. It is false. And it doesn't take the place of that actual interaction.
No, because everyone I know, who I know through social media, and I like their social media persona, and I'm not even saying they're doing it on purpose, but there's always a persona there.
Yeah.
I get to know them in real life, and there's so much more richness.
Yes.
And you get to see all their little flaws, which I actually love.
There are just staircases of depth that you just did not know, never could have known about without actually communicating. Yeah.
So let's do it, guys.
Let's do it.
Let's all get together, big group hug.
Yeah. We should have a Folie party.
I really, really want to.
How fun would it be to actually have just like our group on Facebook, just get together. Let's plan that.
Let's do it.
We are going to do a Zumba or a marathon, a dance-a-thon.
Not a marathon.
No. Your eyes are not a marathon.
We would all be on the ground.
Yeah. But I do think it'd be really fun to just get together and have just some hors d'oeuvres.
We can sit around and tell each other something weird stories.
Yes. Actually meet each other face to face.
There's so many of them that I have not met.
Yeah.
And you too.
Gosh.
And they haven't met each other. They're all going to love each other. Oh. We're going to buy an island. We're going to form a cult and don't
call your dad.
Mind. Edit. Yeah, call our dad.
Yeah.
We're in a cult.
You're in a cult. Call your dad. Call your dad. If you don't know what that's from,
then I don't
know how to help you at all.
Well, I don't know how you've gotten this far listening if you don't like that kind of thing.
That's true.
Speaking of something weird.
Oh, did you get something weird?
You want to hear something weird?
Yeah, I do.
I found out that normal, non-venomous snakes will pretend to be scary rattlesnakes.
It's so freaky, Amy.
Oh my gosh, I had the freakiest experience yesterday. I went into my backyard to have my little cup of coffee in the sunshine because I'm still sticking to this outdoors is good for you thing. And I hear my dog, he's a Great Pyrenees, they're guardian dogs, and they do not bark hardly ever. They just pretty much hang out and he's the best. He hangs out and guards me, and he's usually completely quiet, which means there are very few real threats in my life. But I hear this woof, woof, and I'm like, oh no, that means something.
Yeah.
So I see him, and he's right by the back door, where the little stone step is that I was getting ready to step up on with my bare feet and ankles. And there is a snake there, and the snake is rearing, is that what you see? It's like rearing up and striking.
It was big, too.
It was big. It was a big snake. And I was like, Max, get back, that snake's going to bite your face off. But I was... I should be in the theater.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's got to be non-venomous, though. It's probably just striking because it's scared. But still, I didn't want it biting at my ankles. So I scrambled up onto our little swing that, hangs from chains. Because I was like, he can't get me here unless it can leap through the air. And if it can, then goodbye, cruel world. I don't know what else to do. And all of a sudden, I heard this. And I see its tail vibrating. And I'm like...
you actually heard the sound? I didn't even think about that. So you heard it making that sound.
Yep.
How the hell did it do that?
I don't know. All I know is that it was in a pile of dry leaves.
Okay.
So maybe that... But it sounded like a rattle.
Oh my God.
And so I call my husband on the phone. And he opens the door. I see the door open. I see it close. And I call him again, and he goes, yeah, I heard it. That's why I'm putting on long pants. I'll be back in just a second.
It can bite through pants and leather.
Oh, good.
If it's
a rattlesnake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't have the most thorough action plan. He was just trying to get the thing away from me, which is super sweet. He's like the man version of Max, except he hates dogs. But he's very protective. And so he comes back out with this rubber tub and a broom.
And somebody was like, that they can strike past the length of a broom, right?
Yeah. It's like a really short broom. One of the little Vietnamese brooms. But that just shows you, I mean... That was pretty brave. Yes,
it was. How did you, it's not like a spider where you can put a plate underneath it.
Exactly.
What did you do?
So what he did was he somehow, pushed the thing out with the broom, and it was, striking. It was, biting the broom repeatedly. And then he dropped the rubber tub thing over it. And then he's like, okay, he's under there. And I'm like, oh, okay. And we put, a a heavy brick on top of it. And then Max kept trying to push it. He's like, Max was like, I'm going to kill this thing for you guys.
Yeah.
And so we had to bring Max inside, and then we put a baby gate around the rubber tub. And the snake was under there.
So how did you get it into the rubber tub?
So we just dropped the thing. I actually have it on video.
Oh.
We just he like pushed it forward, and then he dropped the tub on top of it. And then weighed the tub down.
Yeah, but
so
then you had to get it flipped over.
Oh, so it's just was flipped on top of the tub. So, I mean, on top of the snake. So it was never like inside the tub, right?
Right.
The tub was always upside down on top of the snake.
Yeah, but so where's the snake?
So that's the next part of the story.
Okay.
So we're like, crap, is there like a rattlesnake in our backyard? Like, are we ever going to let our children out to play again?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, there was no harm of the snake. We didn't like beat the thing or anything. It was actually quite a gentle process of just sort of brushing it with the broom.
Yeah.
The snake was severely pissed off. But I went in and I did some research, and I saw this video of a father and son going on a hike in the woods showing a black rat snake, which this turned out to be, who felt nervous and threatened when the boy came close to it and started rattling its tail.
That's so crazy.
And it's so crazy because it's like instinctively they don't know. They're not cognitively like, oh, I've heard tell that rattlesnakes are very dangerous to humans, and I've been practicing my impression. They just do it somehow.
That's
they just
so
know.
Nuts.
Yeah, and so after we confirmed that, and I looked up a ton of pictures of rat snakes, and I was like, yep, that's definitely what it is. Vu went out and scooted the tub, like held it against the ground and scooted it towards our fence, and then turned it over. And the snake just slithered out and under our fence and into the ditch.
That's awesome.
Where it lives once again.
Good.
In harmony with nature. And I think it was maybe hunting baby birds because it was right under a baby bird's nest.
Oh, yeah, I bet so.
So, but yeah, so guys, not all snakes that rattle or imitate a rattling sound are poisonous.
Which is even more terrifying now because you just never know which one it is. You never know if a real rattlesnake's a real rattlesnake or if a stupid old garden snake.
Exactly. And I've said this before, but it bears repeating. Don't leave your house.
Just don't leave your house.
Just listen to this podcast.
Only listen to podcasts. Only listen to your own mind telling you
whatever it wants.
And don't go outside.
Isolation is the key to safety.
Exactly. I have something weird.
Yay.
Guys, mark your calendars.
Ooh, okay.
May 29th is National Put a Pillow in Your Fridge Day.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Apparently in the early 1900s, it was not superstition, but it was just a thing that families would do. They would put scraps of fabric from their bedrooms in their lard boxes. This is before they had refrigerators.
So I'm assuming their lard boxes were chilled in some
Chilled
manner?
somehow. It's probably like when they bought blocks of ice to put in those metal thingy. I don't know what that is, so somebody tell me. But they would like cut off pieces of fabric and cloth, and it was supposed to bring good luck to the family, to be blessed with food for the year. So
scraps of chilled fabric bring provisions?
I guess so.
Okay.
Was the thought process. And then, so it evolved into, people not cutting up their fabric and instead placing pillows in their refrigerators. So on May 29th, remember to place your pillow in your refrigerator so that you may be blessed with food galore.
I'm doing it.
Doing it too.
I wonder if they had White Claw back then.
My wonder is, how long do you leave the pillow in there? Does it just have to be for an evening, or is that, for a full year kind of thing?
Well, maybe, if you put the pillow in your fridge, it could be, say, 2 to 3 hours. But
what if it's got to be midnight to midnight?
That could be. Or what if you put it in your freezer, and then it's only 12 hours?
Oh.
I could see that being very refreshing.
Oh, yeah.
Chilled pillows.
A chilled pillow. You put that on your bed on a hot summer night?
Ooh, I want a fridge just for pillows.
A pillow fridge.
Instead of a linen closet.
Yeah.
a linen fridge.
Guys, in conclusion, we want you to remember, don't catcall people.
Don't catcall people.
Make some adult friends.
Make some grown-up friends.
Yeah.
Grown-ass friendships are what you need to live a long and healthy life.
Mm-hmm. Especially you fellas. Unfortunately, you don't seem to do it very much.
Mm-hmm. And don't kill a snake just because it be rattling.
That's right, because it could be a friendly snake who is protecting you from stupider snakes.
Yeah, actually they do that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said it.
You did. Why did I, actually, let me inform you now.
Because most of the time I don't really know. You know what we haven't done this episode?
What's that?
You haven't trickeried me.
Oh. Actually, I did. You didn't even notice.
What?
I just did it. We love you.
We love you so much, and we want to be your friend.
We do. Let's get together.
Let's get together.
In real life.
In real life. We'll put you on a pedestal and
lock you
your
in
wife.
a room and never mind.
Goodbye with a pickle in your eye.
We're sober, sorry.
Okay, bye.